today has been making us laugh for over 40 years, including on this very show. Finally putting her life story... No, stop it, Jenny, I'm introducing you. Finally putting her life story to paper and ahead of a new tour. Please welcome, yes, you've had her mumbling already, Jenny Eclair!
Yes, look at me, clapping me. Congratulations to me. It's my publication day.
It is, of this. Look at that, it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much, Arlene. That job has been done now.
There you go. There we are.
I'm so sorry I'm not Robbie Williams, because I think a lot of people saw me cropping up backstage and they were going, it's not real. I bet Robbie's really here. I'm so sorry to disappoint you all. It is just myself. I saw some of Robbie's art, you know, in a proper posh gallery.
It's good, isn't it?
Yes, he had... And he painted a tape. And yes, it was like, you know, like we used to make each other
tapes, yes.
And it was titled Rock Music to Have Disappointing Sex By. Do you know that piece?
I've seen a picture of that. Yeah. Oh, I know that piece.
I was quite knocked out. I mean, it's proper.
Jenny, we're not here to talk about
me.
Robbie.
God,
we're here
it's me.
to talk about your book. Why have you decided to put pen to paper and finally just write about you?
Right, I did the computer. It find it much quicker. I think that some of the conversations you've already had about losing parents and everything. I was also terribly lucky. I lost my mother 18 months ago, my father in my late 50s. They're both dead now, and I was meant to be writing another novel, and it was just about a month after my mother died, and I didn't cry because she wanted to die. She'd gone bonkers, and she was in a home, and I couldn't look after her. I'd so admire anybody who takes on the full-time caring role, but I haven't got that in me. Not with someone with dementia. I couldn't have done it. I didn't have the wherewithal to do it. I didn't have the skills. It was awful because she went into a home during COVID and we had to do that terrible window waving and because it's a nursing home, it's triple glazed, and I'd be there saying, "Hello, Jude! Can you hear me?" And then, you know, one day there was a tiny gap in the window and I climbed up, right, like a fat Superman or Spider-Man. And there was all these old biddies and gents in the conservatory going, "Oh, what's the fat woman doing climbing up the window?" So it was awful. Yes, it was awful. So anyway, my mother died and I got ill. Grief comes out in very odd ways, doesn't it? And I picked up some bug from the grandchild, and I have to say, having a grandchild is another sort of huge... This book is dedicated to... It's for Arlo, and it's really a love letter to my parents in some respects. So I got ill and I couldn't write this book, and I sort of felt very untethered and a bit mad. And that thing about hard to be an orphan, and just really... The word untethered, because I didn't feel I had the roots anymore. The roots, And I grew up in a place that I couldn't wait to leave. You know, when you sort of live in what you think when you're a teenager is really boring. It's so boring here, and I hate it. And everyone's really old and boring. And of course, you go back later to sort of be with your mother when she dies, and you look at this place with new eyes, and as a 63-year-old or 64-year-old I am now, you go, "Oh, this is
boring
nice,
is bliss.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't this... Oh, it's got benches on the ceiling.
Lots of handrails.
Oh, I could sit there. I could look out at Southport, which is where I once got caught shoplifting, by the way. All in the book. So, it's a circle... As one of you also mentioned the circle of life thing. I've been listening, I've been watching. It's very good.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you.
And I think that there was a moment 3 months before my mother died where we took the new grandson up, her great-grandson up, and there's a photograph of me and with my mother, and she's in the grip of dementia. She doesn't know anything. She still knows who I am, though, but she thinks I've had the baby. Confusing. Well, that'd be in the Guinness Book of Records, wouldn't it? So she's got Arlo's socks fallen off, and she's got his toes in her hand, and there's this photograph, and it is a perfect circle of me, her, and the baby, and this sort of... And... So I admitted to my manager, I can't write this book, I'm mad and I'm unwell, and all the excuses, you know. And he said, "Right, I'll tell the publishers."
Because was that a fictional book you were writing?
It was another novel, yeah. It was meant to be my 7th novel. And because I've written quite a lot of novels, and they are free to buy. And so they really kindly, because they could have really given up on me, they said, "Well, what about an autobiography?" And I thought, "Oh, thank goodness for that," because I know the beginning. I mean, I think I had my eyes shut during the birth bit because it was vaginal and you don't want to remember that.
No,
so
we all did. We all...
So I know the middle and I know the ends. Well, I don't know the end.
No, you don't know the end.
Oh, no, not that.
Cancel.
I know where I'm up to now.
And you kept diaries, didn't you?
I kept diaries as a very self-obsessed teenager, and I'm sure you...
Oh, I wish I had.
Yeah,
I did. I was reading about
Denise,
it.
I'm not... Are you sure?
Well, actually, I wish I'd done it.
I thought these diaries would be really revelatory and really kind of interesting. I'm so self-obsessed and so boring and so... As a 14, 15-year-old.
Yeah.
And I had really nice diaries because my sister was a student in London. She bought me Bieber diaries from the Bieber shop.
Oh, wow.
So, oh, look at me there when I was young. It's gone now. And back to
Oh,
me.
that thing.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh, yes, but I was in the grip of an eating disorder. I know, that's all in the book. And people look at me now and I say, oh, yeah, I used to have anorexia. And they go, oh, I didn't know you could recover that well.
Oh, my God.
And it's a very... I mean...
You couldn't say that now.
We all round this table have had experience of addictions.
We have.
Yeah.
Well, yours are quite high. Yours got high level. I was frightened of you back in the day.
I know you were.
Yeah,
She said
it's in the book. It's in the book.
Is it in the book?
Yeah, she does actually. Yeah.
I don't think I say I was a bit scared of you because you were much more erratic in those days. I mean, never on the show. You were always very, very generous on the show, but, you know, I'd hear stories and I'd just think, oh, what if I upset him?
That's so funny, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but you are different now. You have a different energy.
And see, the thing is, I don't know that, Denise. I
You
only
know
know
the
this.
story.
Yeah. Oh, no, she was terrifying.
I wasn't.
No, she wasn't. Where was I?
She was terrifying.
Do you know what,
yeah.
Jenny? I don't even know.
No, diaries,
Oh, yeah,
self-indulgence,
yeah,
eating
yeah.
disorder.
I can't wait to read it.
Recovered. She's scary.
Yeah.
That's where you were.
Yeah, that's where I am. That's where
But there
I am.
are loads of stories, and it gave you an opportunity to write about things about yourself that perhaps people didn't know before, and it's given you the time to do that.
Sorry, I'm not sure I'm allowed to say that word, but I was not excellent at parenting. And I think this is the joy of having a grandchild now, is being allowed to have another
Try and
go.
have another. I get it.
Yeah.
And you're going to go on tour as well next year.
I'm writing the matching show, the sort of stand-up. I'm putting this book on its feet and doing the...
Yeah,
And there'll be
and
slides.
it starts off in Salford. And the book, my very funny memoir, Jokes, is out.
Yeah.
Today. Right, that's
Thank you
it.
very much.